Valve is back at it again, shaking up not only the console and PC market, but this time they're releasing a new Steam controller and brand new standalone VR as well, all of which will be releasing in 2026, so not that long from now. This really seems like it could be a shakeup of the console market, especially with the recent climbing prices of home consoles like the PS5 and Xbox Series X. The first thing we're talking about is the Steam controller. The first thing you'll notice is that it kind of looks like they just chopped a Steam Deck in half, removed the screen bits, and smashed it together, which honestly is a good thing in my opinion. So many people wanted something like this and had just been wondering when they would do it. This controller has the 2 trackpads and dual thumbsticks, both of which are capacitive. One thing I am really excited about is the fact that Valve will be using magnetic TMR joysticks in the Steam controller. Both TMR and Hall effect sticks use magnets to detect inputs instead of potentiometers, so that they're more accurate and way less prone to stick drift since they don't use physical components to detect inputs. This controller also has 4 back buttons on the grip and has what they're calling something like capacitive gyro, which I guess means you'll be able to activate gyro by squeezing the grip of your controller or something like that. Not entirely sure what it is, but it sounds interesting. The new Steam machine is technically a small form factor PC, but with SteamOS I think I'd consider it like the Valve equivalent of a console. This is their answer to the PlayStation and the Xbox, and admittedly kind of looks like you just took a hydraulic press or chopped an Xbox Series X in half. Proton now is in a state where you can at least run most games, and a lot of them run pretty good. Valve has said this new Steam machine is 6 times as powerful as the Steam Deck, which means it should be pretty good performance-wise. And honestly, I'm surprised with how small they are able to get this machine, and what's even more crazy is most of what's inside is the heatsink. Valve said when they were designing this new Steam machine, they started with the fan. Since they knew the amount of heat that they would need to displace, they could design the fan and then the rest of the box around it, and somehow managed to fit it all in a 6x6x6 cube. Specs-wise, the Steam machine has a semi-custom 6-core AMD Zen 4 CPU, 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and a semi-custom RDNA 3 GPU with 8 gigs of VRAM. Digital Foundry has some more info on this and has said that the GPU should be comparable somewhere in between the AMD RX 6600 XT and the RX 7600. But Valve has said that it might not be a direct comparison because of their custom software and power tuning. The last thing they announced was the Steam Frame. This is a brand new ARM-powered headset that somehow is running SteamOS. Valve has been working on this thing called FEX emulation layer that's kind of like Proton but for ARM devices. So basically it'll be emulating Linux to use Proton to run Windows games. That probably sounds really complicated, and it is. What I have heard is great about the Steam Frame is that it'll be using pancake lenses, which are not only not reflective, which is really good, but it also allows the headset itself to be thinner. Each lens has a resolution of 2160 by 2160 and is LCD rather than OLED. The Steam Frame will also have an SD card slot, so you have a micro SD card with all your games on it, and you can move that between your Steam Deck, your Steam machine, and your Steam Frame. Yes, I did say that right. You can play your games on the Steam Frame itself, not just streamed on a separate gaming PC.